Welcome back to part 2 of building the fastest stand-up in the world. Now, in the last video, we talked a lot about the engine location and components and building an engine bed. And I showed you a little bit of like where I was gonna start, which I have it over here on the table. Let's look at it. So this was an existing engine bed I put into the 2.0, and I had like chopped it, and I was trying to like make it like fit into this hole at the right driveline angle, but it ended up just not working. I ended up chopping this thing up for nothing, and I decided to completely just start fresh. And when I start fresh, I just go with paint sticks. You know, it's like building a house. You got to put the framework up. You got to build around the framework, and then you get to put everything where you want to put it. So it's paint sticks and hot glue. And here's a little build sequence I did of just building the engine bed and the step-by-step process. So last time I talked a lot about like where I'm going to be putting certain things and you know what items I'm going to be using, like the Kawasaki fuel tank, and I need a battery location obviously. I was showing you my foam shaped intercooler. I got the actual intercooler now. I want to show you that. So it's all about like putting the components where I want it and then designing the engine bed to kind of house and hold all these stuff. So this was kind of my mock-up intercooler, and we were putting it down in this back corner here. I wasn't exactly sure the orientation, but I finally got the one I want to use, and I was pretty close with my sizing. So, and we have to think about the intake hose, the out, you know, and kind of positioning this in. It's a puzzle, you know, like I'm going to be putting this in and then trying to figure out exactly how it's going to sit in here. So it's a little tricky because, again, I'm trying to work with all the variables. I need to kind of get like some rubber hoses, some silicone hoses, and my piping from the supercharger to the intercooler to the throttle body, like all of this is nicely fitted. So I'm still waiting for a few pieces like hoses to show up so I can kind of exactly know where the intercooler is going to sit. Obviously, I know it's there, but is it turned this way or that way or tilted forward? So there's a little bit of unknowns there until I get some more hoses. Once I know exactly how that's going to fit, I'm going to be able to design my engine bed to exactly kind of cradle it. So I can strap it down, and you know, if the ski's going 80-something miles an hour through the rough water, I don't want that coming loose. I don't want it like falling out of place. Of course, you know, we're building something that hasn't been done before, so I need to design it so it doesn't come apart when I'm riding it. I just got a call from Joe over at Tech One Connection, and we're gonna grab our components to build this engine, like the supercharger and springs and valves and all that cool stuff. And we're gonna go over to his shop, and he's gonna start assembling this engine. Let's go. Start laying it all out.
Yeah, let's lay it out.
ECU I bought from this guy.
Yeah.
Is got a map in it that uses the 80-pound injectors.
Okay.
It's Torx Racing kind of does this. It's like, I don't know, a 91 RPM, 9100 RPM map kind of thing. So
Cool.
I just sort of like bought this combination of parts from this guy off the marketplace.
Right.
There's the
For the end of the air intake. Perfect. So this is the camera running.
That's the cam. Yep.
Okay.
Unless you don't like it, you know.
Looks good, you know.
Yeah. A lot of these parts are from Torx, like this supercharger.
Okay.
This is like supposedly from their company. That's what I'm told. So
Water jacket it and make it run cooler.
Yeah. I believe this is oil, right? Or is that water?
That's water.
That's water?
That should
Okay.
be water, yeah.
Shows what I know.
Because oil is right here and it just drips back out. So
okay,
cool. There. So yeah, because it's not a stock cover. So normally some of the guys, especially with the turbos or high horsepower, they will run water, make it run cooler.
Perfect.
For the most part, I will have to change the front oil cover since we're going to use the new style.
Okay.
Because we have the 04, so we're going to put in 07 or newer.
Okay.
But yeah, that's all.
So it's an 04 motor?
04 cases. This is like off of an 07.
Okay.
But we can modify all this to make everything work. It's easy.
Okay, yeah.
And then we have the old stator cover, so we don't have to clock anything. So we're good to go.
Okay. The big question I'm asking everyone is, how much horsepower am I going to have? What do you think with what I have? So I've been going online and asking a few of these guys on the different groups. And I'm not really getting any clear answer. I sent an email to the guy at Torx because it's his supercharger, his ECU. I kind of feel like those are the pieces that dictate like what the power is going to be, right?
We're probably pushing 3 on your 2.0.
Yeah, close to it maybe?
2, and that's with the stock supercharger, you know, lost stock parts, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically drop in. You know, all we did was change the valve train on that. So with this stuff, you know, maybe 325-ish, 350.
325, 350, I like the sounds of that.
I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure. But,
okay. Cool. Well, I'm excited to see it come together and to hear it. It's going to sound wicked for sure in the ski. So.
Is it going to be as loud as a 2.0 or are you going to dub it down some?
I'm doing like a 4-inch kind of water box a little bit. Like I think, in fact, I want to get that from you. That adapter piece to the water box.
Okay, I have that over there, yes.
Yeah, I want to weld that to, like I have a 4-inch cylinder that's going to go into the back of the ski, kind of like I do for my 1500 engine. Where's that exhaust piece?
Exhaust. Right there.
There it is. So I got to figure out how to like modify that to go into my water box. Man, I guess I don't really need this. I hate to destroy a good water box. I really only need this section right here.
There's so many of these anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good aluminum.
Yeah, good aluminum, and we always could get more.
Am I going to need the temp sensor in there?
Yeah, you need the temp sensor. We had that issue last time.
Yeah, so I need to make sure that fits into my water box.
Yes.
Okay. Because this big guy is not going to go inside the ski.
No.
I do not see that fitting inside the ProForce. No way. Okay, cool. I'll just All right, man, thanks.
Yeah. Yep. See you around.
Yeah. Let's do this. Back to work. Okay, well, where do we go from here, right? So I definitely have quite a bit more work to do inside of here. I started, gluing and fiberglassing and painsticking. I definitely got my work cut out for me right here. I think what I'm gonna do is probably pull out the engine and just do my best to clean up what I started. I, of course, need to put the engine back in because I got those exhaust parts from Joe. I'm gonna work on putting on the exhaust and then retrofitting kind of the OEM parts with my new water box. I think I showed you in the last episode, a kind of a long canister. I need to get that sorted out. I'm waiting for hoses for my intercooler so I can kind of design the engine bed to hold the intercooler. Once I have those, my battery box is there, my SXR fuel tank is there. Man, as soon as I get those things sorted out, I think I'm definitely ready to put a real engine in this thing. We definitely have our work cut out for us. Again, talking about the horsepower and knowing what we're gonna get is kind of a big question for us. So I want you guys to help me out, answer that as best as you can. I'm also kind of thinking maybe we should go down to the water with the current 2.0 supercharged ski. And you guys can see that run a little bit. We might bring out a special guest to kind of ride that ski and get her opinion. That's all right, her opinion on how much power, how that feeling of the power that comes out of this watercraft. That might be interesting. Stay tuned for that one. In the meantime, I think what I'm going to do is just get back to work. I have to rip out this engine, and I want to work on the engine bed a little bit, get ready for that fresh motor that's going to be put into this thing. So, as always, if you want to follow the build, don't forget to like and subscribe. And do me a favor and just share it too. Share it with a friend. This is a cool build series that we're doing. And hopefully by the end of the year, you're going to see this thing in the water ripping around Body Beach. Till next time, see you later.